It's so, I actually have to tell you guys a funny story.
Okay, what is happening right now?
Super important.
Yay!
It has to add something, otherwise why the hell? Like, by looking at it, it can't just be a series of 8 numbers and then have to go look at this
Stream preview. I'm trying to see what's going on here with my...
I dropped up this stuff. But,
I'm streaming live on Facebook and I'm using OBS platform. It kind of looks like there is a little bit of a lag here in what I'm seeing on the Facebook platform and what I'm actually doing. Anyways, so hopefully everything looks good on your side. Hi Naz, how's it going? Thank you for joining. Hopefully other people will file in and join us.
You guys work in job architecture. Like,
I'm gonna try to see if
every other customer you come to them and you're like,
I can invite some people, but I'm not sure.
I guess the answer is yes, but
okay. Anyways, so yesterday, oh wait, was it yesterday or was it the day before? Monday morning, I actually restarted a dry fast. I started the dry fast at 8 in the morning and I went till Tuesday evening, and I'm going to start having to write these down because it'd be an interesting thing to look back on and see what days I've dry fasted for how many hours and all of that stuff. But I am going to be pushing myself more with that, basically having every Monday at 8 o'clock start with this dry fast. It really helps me to start in the morning. I, woke up at 7 and I had a cup of tea, I drank some water, and then I started at 8. And then, I took a nap in the day. I slept early in the nighttime. I definitely take a lot of naps and try to sleep through the fasting experience, but it has gotten a lot easier over time. The last one that I didn't have any emotional issues, so that is good. It's not letting me share this live feed. That is irritating, but expected because they don't want my message to be shared into the world. They don't want us to have this live experience, to be able to communicate back and forth in real time. Shout out to all of the lurkers that are watching and not commenting. Yeah, dry fasting, it is great. And actually, I just found somebody else gave me a person's name. Let me look it up really quick. Tom? No, it's Dawn Tolman. Has a lot of information out, I guess, on water fasting, which is something I'm going to look into. But yeah, I actually haven't been focusing on dry fast or water fasting at all. I've been focusing on dry fasting, which is 3 times as effective as water fasting. It's obvious if you don't put anything in, your body's going to be able to work faster, to heal you more efficiently than if you are putting stuff in, even if it's just water. So yeah, can we have some more squirrels today? They have been pretty rowdy over here, so we'll probably see some. I'm at the Mount Shasta library again. I don't really want to get up all in these people's business, but there's some tables out here, and my cord is stuck. There's this little walking path that goes back there around. I haven't been back there. I'm not really sure how far the Wi-Fi signal would go, so maybe someday I'll take you back there, but not today. Anyways, yeah, Mount Shasta Library, and I have a few things written down here to talk about today. If nothing comes up in the live chat, I definitely encourage you to ask any questions that you have in there. And I want to do a live in the future where I answer any questions specifically regarding transvestigation and all of that subject. But I want to make sure that, you know, I don't get banned from Facebook and YouTube. It really sucks to be banned. So that is something that I wanted to do in the future. If you have any questions regarding that or anything else, please let me know in the chat. But until then, there are 3 main questions that you need to, you know, to have the answer to, so that you can be enlightened, right? You need to know what you are, where you are, and why you are here. Actually, the first one, you know, you could go between what am I and where am I first, but to discuss where you are specifically, you need to research a flat earth. Every ancient culture, religion, and civilization depicted, described this enclosed realm that we live on with this stationary plane, immovable earth. So if you haven't looked into flat earth yet, I know that they're making all of the videos and stuff a lot harder to come by. You know, if you go on YouTube and type in flat earth, a few years ago you would have so many hits of actual flat earth material, but now it's like all of this debunking nonsense. Even if you type in like 200 proofs the earth is not a spinning ball by Eric Dubai, it'll pop up like a ton of other videos before it even gets to the one that you specifically typed in the title. So I don't know what other subjects besides truther subjects that YouTube actually does that on. Like, I have a hard time finding my own videos sometimes on YouTube, so the suppression is definitely irritating. But there's also some older texts, 100 proofs Earth is not a globe, and zetetic astronomy, I believe it's called, Earth not a globe, and these are available as PDFs online if you don't want to look at videos. But you know, anyone who goes out and actually does any experimentation, does any actual science regarding our Earth, will find that it is not a giant spinning ball. And right along with this, like, we are in the True Man and True Woman show. We are the ones that are being watched by other species, not only inside the dome, but also the watchers outside of the dome. And that's something I want to talk about in a little bit. But we are being watched. Everything that we do is being watched and judged, and we need to be mindful of that. There are so many things out there now that is trying to, you know, psyops, trying to make humans into actual clowns. Eat Tide Pods, put things up your bum, drink urine. Like, all of these things are designed to make you an actual clown, and you need to know that you are being watched, and that there are other species that are farming humans, just as humans farm other species. They never censor the alien UFO. Okay, is this working now? Let's see. That is really irritating. I'm not really sure what is going on here. Having some technical difficulties. I apologize for that. Hopefully,
yeah, I mean, we're playing with this guy named something.
Looks like I'm live now. Like I was saying in my earlier video, I was trying to use this new software, and I guess that did not work out. Alright. Anyways, we were talking about how the powers that be don't suppress, don't hide any of the alien UFO misinformation on YouTube, whereas all of the truther subjects like Flat Earth are suppressed. They're hidden. And yeah, Operation I don't know why I just said that. I look down. Project Bluebeam is actually what I was going to be referencing, and how they are, planning this coming fake alien invasion. So that is definitely something to watch out for. There is no outer space. All physical matter is contained within the firmament, within the dome, and there's no leaving physically. The ISS is a giant, this makeup inside of a swimming pool that they use to fake all of their spacewalks. It's why you can look on YouTube and find videos of people actually showing bubbles in space where they're breathing underwater, and all of these great lengths have been gone to deceive humanity and corrupt us and turn us into a joke. How funny it is that humans have been deceived to believe that they are evolved space monkeys living on a meaningless giant spinning ball, and the purpose that you are here for is to live and work until you die, and then, that's the end, lights out. Which is not the truth. We are living in an enclosed realm on a stationary plane, like every ancient culture and religion and civilization depicted in their teachings, in their writings, in their drawings. And like I was saying, we are being watched and judged, everything that we do. So definitely keep that in mind and don't be made into a clown. That covers where we are in a nutshell. What you are is a created being. They try to convince us that we are evolved pond scum. Evolution is not even scientifically possible. Dr. Lenski observed over 60,000 generations of E. coli and observed no speciation by mutation in all of this time, and speciation by mutation is required for Darwinian evolution to be possible. It's never been observed, it's never been recreated, it is not real science. One species doesn't just turn into another. In fact, your DNA is literally created by our Creator to repair itself. It is seeking constantly to return back to normal, to heal itself, to be in perfect shape. But what you do every day on a daily basis, what you are putting into your body, drinking, eating, that is literally going against what your Creator programmed your body to do. When you're putting in poisons, your body now has to go and try to fight off all of these poisons and process it, rather than healing as it was designed to do. So the fact that your DNA is constantly trying to heal itself means that this whole idea of evolution is not even possible. In fact, your DNA, genetic engineers have found that when they try to put transgenic elements into DNA, within 3 generations in vitro, these transgenic elements are actually spat out as the DNA tries to repair itself and return to normal. Monsanto sells GMO seeds. They deal with all of this genetic modification, and the people that use their seeds aren't allowed to reuse them year after year. Like, they get sent new seeds every year that are, freshly genetically engineered, so that the modification is as fresh, as new as possible. Whereas, like I'm saying, over time, these genetic modifications will be spat out as whatever it is that they try to modify returns back to its original state. So Monsanto, they don't allow people to reuse seeds because of the fact that your DNA is constantly trying to repair itself and return back to normal. So that disproves evolution. You are a created being. You are actually a soul inside of the physical vessel. Your soul is animating this. The outward appearance is merely a reflection of the inward soul. Your soul came in here for a purpose, and your outer appearance, at least for me, I guess, is, in line with that appearance. I've said before many times, I came here for battle against the forces of darkness, and having more, in contrast to like a really soft, round and girliness, you know, I need to be more athletic and be exactly what I am to do what I came here to do, because no one is going to follow someone into battle that's really soft and doesn't have any aggression whatsoever. Someone who talks like this and doesn't ever get angry, and like, no one's gonna follow that into battle. And I'm ultimately here for battle against the forces of darkness. Your soul could have stayed up in the other realms, assuming that you came from above and not below. Your soul could have stayed there and not entered into this physical reality, and not had to deal with this, you know, battle between the forces of light and darkness. You could have been a watcher rather than someone actually on the battlefield, but you chose to be here. Your soul chose to come into this reality, and no one forced you to. You can leave at any time. Every time that you choose to eat and drink, you know, you're choosing to prolong your life here. You're the only one that's keeping you here. And I do not by any means, you know, promote suicide or anything. My promotion is for you to figure out why you came here in the first place, because you're ultimately not going to be happy until you figure out why it is your soul came here and you align yourself with that mission and start doing it. So that kind of leads into the third question, is why you are here. And ultimately it boils down to one of two things. You either came in to play for the light side or you came in to play for the dark side. And that's pretty much as simple as it gets, because this is a battle, you know, and your soul either came here to help free humanity and make the world a better place, or to help enslave humanity and continue with this clown inverted reality that we are currently experiencing, where humans are being crushed down at every point. So yeah, finding out why your soul came here and doing that is really important. Our souls did not come here to work a 9-to-5, and after physical death, your soul is going to continue on. You're going to either, you know, be proud of your actions in here, or you're going to be not proud. And, you know, if you're a coward, if you shy away from battle, if you know, don't want to publicly speak truth, you don't want to stand up against all of the tyranny that is going on, it's like your soul's gonna go down in the books as a coward. And I don't know about you, but I will pretty much do anything to avoid that happening, even if it involves risking my life. But anyways, that is a different story. Once people start to awaken and realize that death is not the end, we become a lot more scary to the powers that be, because, you know, if you're afraid of dying, you're gonna act completely differently than if you're not afraid to die, if you actually know the truth of your reality. Like, once you wake up and you see that we're in this battle, dying in battle becomes something that a lot of people actually dream of. Like, compared to being old and, you know, falling apart, like most people that we've all seen get old and die, right? They've all lived and died pretty boring existences, but, you know, dying in battle is exciting. It is something that's honorable, and ultimately this awakening process really gets humans to become something completely different than they previously were before. And that is a really good thing, because most humans are fluoridated zombies just going along with the programming and, you know, not doing anything exciting ever in their lives. So yeah, anyways, find out why you came here and then do it. Another thing that I wanted to mention today is talking about perspective. As I was mentioning before, there are entities that are watching humans. There are species not only in the dome with us that are watching us, but also species, souls outside of the dome that are not in this physical reality. And obviously their perspective from the outside looking in, seeing humans, seeing everything that's going on is going to be a lot different than the human that is, you know, deceived and even going through the awakening process. Most humans still have a very human-based perspective, and personally, I've been getting away from this for a few years now, especially when it comes to the subject of veganism. These other species are farming us just like we are farming other species. Well, not me, other humans. Humans farming species, you know, they're being farmed, and it's karmic, right? If you do that to the cows, then you're opening up room for that to be done to you. And humans are not the top of the food chain as we have been deceived into believing. There are species that are far superior, far smarter, just live longer, more talented, more magically gifted, and you know, they find humans extremely tasty, just like a lot of you humans find cows and pigs and sheep and chickens tasty. And from the perspective that's not limited to a human perspective, if you put yourself in this whole scenario where you eat something because you think it's tasty even though it's a sentient being, there is room for that to karmically happen to you. It is only fair that, you know, humans are enslaved if we enslave other species. 100%. And you can argue with that all day, but you're only arguing from a human, very limited perspective and not seeing the bigger picture. This whole new world order tyranny that we are headed towards, you know, our daily actions justify that. The fact that people are literally farming animals, raising a sentient being so that you can use them and kill them and put them into your mouth. Like, what do you think karmically is coming for you when you do that? Nothing good, that's for sure. And as far as karma goes, these laws of the mother, omnimatter ergo logos, all matter is the mother, Sophia, Mother Earth, you know, as they say. And she ultimately not only determines, you know, like Yah, the creator, could go and say this is how this needs to be, and if she doesn't want to be that, then she can say no. Ultimately, she has the final say in what happens, and she is the one who determines what, you know, what is allowed, and the karmic mechanisms for what happens here under the dome. And the powers that be, they know all about these karmic mechanisms, and they work within these karmic mechanisms so they can do what they do and get the least amount of bad karma for that possible. So they understand these, they see the fact that humans are farming others, and see that that leaves open this room for bad karma, for farming of humans in the system, if you will. They're acting, if you will, as that bad karma for humans. And right along with this, the whole, you know, all the watchers and the non-humans, they are getting like the worst show possible. Humans have literally been programmed by society, by your media, by everything, to literally be the worst version of themselves possible. And that's not only like the way that we act, but with the stuff that we do, how we treat the earth, all the trash that we produce, and all of this stuff. And there's two sides to it, right? Because ultimately we are, as humans, just doing what our overlords have programmed, right? They're the ones who give us the containers that water is in, right? The plastic that water is in. They're the ones that give us these things, but in the end it is making humans look bad. The watchers and all of these other species can point and say, look at humans, they're trashing the earth, they hurt every other species, they are the virus, right? They are what needs to be exterminated to make the world a better place. And they can use the evil, the bad behavior of humans to justify, to make a case for culling us, for exterminating us, for, you know, culling the herd to get things under control, because, you know, it'll be better with less, is what they say. I am a firm, I was gonna say believer, but knower that humans, like a human baby, comes out perfectly if the mother is not poisoning herself. Of course, the human babies are perfect, and they can either be trained to be the best versions of themselves possible or the worst versions of themselves possible, and that obviously is going to determine how they interact in this world. And right now, everybody's being trained to be the worst versions of themselves possible, so we have the situation that we are in. Facebook is really heavily shadow banning me today. Alright. Got people, alright, telling me that I'm having internet issues. So hopefully that's not on my end. Hopefully everything is still live here with you. And yeah, pretty much I wanted to cover those few topics. The 3 questions, again, that I was talking about at the beginning. Part of it was cut off from my earlier video. Where are you? What are you? And why are you here? 3 very important questions to answer so that you aren't a clown anymore. I also touched a little bit on human versus non-human perspective and the watchers, and how they see things a lot differently. So hopefully that has helped you a little bit, open your eyes in some manner. I am being really heavily shadow banned next week at Wednesday, yeah. On Wednesday at 3:33. Hopefully I'll be back on YouTube. I got a 7-day YouTube ban because of the medical freedom protest I covered in Mount Shasta. They struck me for medical misinformation, and I have appealed that. I haven't heard back, but I haven't checked my email, so we will see what goes on with that. But yes, next Wednesday at 3:33 p.m. PST, I will be live on YouTube, so hopefully you will come and join with me then. Hopefully I won't be, so shadow banned. Facebook's not letting people share my posts either, not letting people see that I'm going live, so it's getting pretty irritating. I'm gonna start looking at other websites. So anyways, like I was saying, Wednesday, 3:33 p.m. PST. Hopefully, I will catch up with you then on YouTube. My channel is Queen Inanna Snow. Until then, I hope that you have a wonderful week. May God and the Goddess bless you.